Hello good people of the internet, Liam Alexander Coleman coming at you straight out of lockdown to talk about all the things I want to achieve on YouTube in 2021. And yes, I might be a bit ambitious, but I'm looking at this as a long-term project. As you should, I've broken down every goal into little tasks and not every one of them needs to be completed in the next 11 months or so. But still, I do hope that this long-term project will hopefully pay off at some point in the future. The nearer, the better. First on the list, and I'm not going to beat around the bush, I want more subscribers. I uploaded almost 2 full videos a week in 2020. I think it was about 1 every 4 days or so. So I think it's about time I try to grow my audience and not just the number of uploads. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, and why not invite your friends and family along to the party, because quite frankly, I'm too lazy to do it myself. And before you even think about it, that does not mean I will subscribe to your channel if you subscribe to mine. Piss off. I am under no illusions that going pro will be a near impossible feat, but at the very least I want to see something, be it only enough for a cuppa, in return for my hard work. I do have some other side projects which are actually making a bit of money, not much, but more than just a few cups of coffee a month. And as long as those projects are giving me more in return, I always feel slightly conflicted in terms of where I should invest my time. YouTube is far and away the most fun thing I do, and it's the thing I want to do, but it also is the most time intensive and costly side project. YouTube requires a camera, lights, Premiere Pro, a powerful PC and so much more, while for the others I only need a browser. I want to focus more on YouTube and less on other things, but the money aspect does complicate things somewhat. And because I want to spend more time creating videos, I have to work on my efficiency. While I'm not in need of a studio yet, I do want to build myself a nice base somewhere. A place where I can work on my projects and leave my video gear in place ready for the next recording session. Will this happen? Most likely not, but it's definitely one of my long-term goals. Obviously, my base would have to be kitted out with lights, stands, tripods and whatnot, because I'm currently using a dinky Aputure Amaran F7, I believe it's called, for lighting. That means that I'm heavily reliant on daylight as my main source of illumination. And believe me, Swiss winters are quite tight when it comes to daylight, doubly so if you live in a valley. I must say those new Aputure Amaran 100D lights certainly do look very enticing and would perfectly fit my setup. And I also want to get rid of this silly wire I need every time I talk to the camera. Does anybody know if Rode needs any more reviewers? Speaking of my setup, I've been talking about desktop hardware and what components to choose for editing rigs in more than just a single video. The time might have come for me to build my own workstation. I'd undoubtedly record everything and let you know my thoughts on everything. While it sounds nice and is certainly something I'd enjoy doing, it is definitely something that will only ever happen if YouTube pays for it. My old XPS 15 might not be the fastest anymore, but it still gets the job done, more often than not. One thing I have already been able to upgrade is my unraid system, and it is now definitely suited for production. That's one thing already out of the way. I'm already planning a video as we speak, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, do subscribe to not miss out. And that pretty much covers how I want to produce videos. Regarding the content, I'm also hoping to add some more diversity. One thing I definitely want to do more of this year is taking my camera outside, not just for photography, but also for the channel. I've got mountains all around me, and I want to get into hiking and biking a bit more, and I'm hoping my camera will give me a bit of extra motivation. All of these projects have led me to ignore certain other important parts of life, such as staying active. Perhaps I can somehow combine the two. Don't worry though, you can expect much more of the same content you've been seeing from me so far. At heart, I still am a massive nerd and I love talking new hardware, build guides, photography accessories and all of that jazz. And Knowing me, I'm definitely also going to veer off into other subjects if it tickles my fancy. And that's pretty much it. My goals for 2021. You'll see me in a year's time discussing whether I was successful or not. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button to show your appreciation and consider subscribing to my channel. I really need it. And if you didn't like this video, hit the dislike button twice to make it extra impactful. Right, and with that, it has been enough from me for one day, and I will see you, hopefully, in the next one. Bye.